Hey everyone, Mr. Mir here. Now I'm going to do another rant that I alluded to in my Video Games Live review. I'm going to talk about how the Spike TV Video Game Awards is a disgrace to video gamers everywhere. First of all, if you don't know what they are, thank God you don't. But anyway, they were started in 2003. The first one was hosted by David Spade. It was completely hyped to oblivion. I read that ads were even posted in like subway stations and bus stations. Anyway, the actual award presentation, like when the actual award was given out, none of the other nominees were announced. Only the winner was announced, and there was no acceptance speech. And I remember that the camera would cut quickly to, I guess, the developers sitting at a table playing that particular video game or something. Anyway, also, the winners could be predicted easily due to the presenters or performers that were announced before the show. For example, the band POD was announced some days before the show as a performer, and I don't know if you remember, but they did a song for The Matrix Reloaded called Sleeping Awake, and guess what? Enter the Matrix won for best, I guess, best video game based on a movie, which it should not have won. I played it, and I did not like it much at all. I rented it, and I took it back early. It was that bad. And like I said before, the Spike TV Video Game Awards is the complete opposite of Video Games Live. Whereas Video Games Live celebrates video games as an art form, Spike TV Video Game Awards does the complete opposite. Why is it a disgrace? Well, first, I give three major reasons. Number one, it is poorly put together, especially the first one. It includes a weak presentation, bad script writing, and the presenters and performers are not really enthused. They act like they couldn't care less. They could care less about being there. They present with their tones of voice are dull, and they sound bored. They sound like they want to go home, and they really sound like they're reading from a script. Number two, most of the awards seem to go to the games or companies that are the most popular and not necessarily the most innovative, revolutionary games or companies out there. For example, I already mentioned Enter the Matrix winning, even though that game sucked. Also, video game series that tend to win are the Madden series, Tony Hawk, Sony games / systems, so on and so forth. And third, possibly the most offensive of the reasons I'm going to give, they make stereotypical jokes about video gamers that make us seem like perverted jerks. First of all, they stereotype the jokes presented stereotype video gamers as male perverted nerds who masturbate all the time and have a weak sense of humor and are very immature. For example, in the 2006 Video Game Awards, which I watched from beginning to end, all the other ones besides the very first one, I cut bits and pieces of it. But in the 2006 awards, Samuel Jackson, in his opening monologue, um, makes a joke. Says only males possess the quote awesome lobe that allows them to appreciate video games, and that girls do not like video games and purposely go to measures to ruin video gamers' fun. That is just wrong, sexist, and also during 2006 awards, what offended me the most, Sarah Silverman, possibly the most overrated comic of all time, did a routine that, first of all, she started off her routine by saying, "Welcome to the 4th annual Nerd Awards." Great way to start out, lady. And then she said that video gamers should be given an award for reducing AIDS spreading. And by the time she made that joke, you can hear the crowd booing her off the stage, booing her, telling her to get off the stage. I mean, it was like when Michael Richards, or whatever his name is, was at the Laugh Factory, made those comments toward that audience member. It was basically like that. She was Michael Richards, and the audience was that black guy he heckled. Anyway, she goes on to make several other offensive jokes. I heard that they actually cut one out of her saying that she'll be everyone's masturbation fantasy when they go home. I'm glad they did, because I don't think she's attractive at all. One more thing about the Sarah Silverman routine. She also made a comment that gamers over the age of 10 or something should just kill themselves. Now, this is the time when the booing really started to get loud, and the editors tried their best to mute it as best as they could, but you could still clearly hear it. And first of all, it's a very stupid thing to say at a video game awards show where I believe most of the demographic of video gamers is in their 30s or something. So, also, she's starting to sound a lot like a certain somebody named Jay Randolph.